Alright, yo, what is up guys? It is Bazzaa here today, back with another video. Today guys, we're going to be talking about the topic of the Ghoul Trooper and if it will return, and I'm going to tell you guys why I don't think it will return and my opinions on that and all the evidence I have to back it up, and also some information from you guys telling me that it will return and some of the reasons from both sides of the story, whether you think it will return or not. We're going to go over both sides of the story and all the evidence that proves otherwise or that proves that it won't come back. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it, guys. So I was actually thinking the other day and I was like, well, Fortnitemares is over now, and the Ghoul Trooper did not return. We saw the Skull Trooper come back, obviously. That was really big. We saw some different, I guess, changes with that skin. We saw the different theme of it, or the color, whatever you call it, the style, that's the word I was looking for. We saw the different style come with it, and that's cool and all. So I was really expecting them to do something like this with the Ghoul Trooper. Now, I'm sure there was a few of you guys just a second ago thinking when I said Fortnitemares is over, you're probably like, no, it's not, because, well, there's still the Fortnite Halloween decorations around the map and all that. But I beg to differ. I believe that it is over because, one, the challenges are finished for the Fortnitemares, like the glider, all that. Those challenges are done. And not only that, we've seen the zombies go away and the fog disappear from the map. And, like, the cube event was, like, the last day of the Fortnitemares. And that sort of changed the whole map. And now Fortnitemares is over. Just because I'm pretty sure there's a few people that are going to be like, they're not too sure about that. So I thought I'd just clarify that. So now that we've talked about that, let's move on. So, as I said, Fortnitemares is finished. We saw the Skull Trooper come back, and we did not see the Ghoul Trooper come back. So, that's one thing. Now, I'm going to start off by saying and talking about this comment that I saw one of you guys. It was Nicholas, who left a comment in my community tab, and he had a little theory here, which is quite interesting. Okay, so basically he said, as you can see on screen, I think it might come back November 11th. I found a pattern. So here he has a list of return days for rare skins that had come back into the item shop. And this is the Red Knight. And as you can see, he says the 8th of the 8th. And then we saw the Power Chord on the 9th of the 9th. And then Skull Trooper 10th of the 10th. Now, this is a half-true comment. So I did a little bit of research, and I searched up all these skins and their return dates, and some of this was true, and basically the only thing that was wrong with this comment is he said that the Red Knight came back on the 8th of the 8th, which is actually not true. That was when the Easter skins returned. So that made me think, would you guys, I guess, think of the Easter skins as being rare when they returned? Because they were only it was only like about 3 months that they were not in the shop. So if that's true, and we clarify or we classify the Easter skins as being rare, and they returned on the 8th of the 8th, which is the true date, they did return on the 8th of the 8th, that meaning that we did see 3 skins come out each consecutive month on this same day, being the 8th of the 8th, the 9th of the 9th, and the 10th of the 10th. That is really interesting, and that is a really good theory, and thank you, Nicholas, for commenting this, because it really got me thinking that this is really the one piece of evidence and strong proof that I've seen that could suggest the Ghoul Trooper will return on the 11th of the 11th this month in 5 days. Now, some of you guys may be saying this is a coincidence and you don't believe this was done on purpose, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you because it's really, really suspicious that, you know, all these skin sets, all these rare skins, 3 of them consecutively returns a month after each other for 3 months in a row. I just don't think it's a coincidence, and it's going to be really interesting to see on the 11th of the 11th this month if the Ghoul Trooper returns. That is the only time I can see this skin coming back. So that is basically the only real evidence I've seen. So now I'm going to go ahead and talk about the reasons why I don't believe it's going to come back. And I have quite a few, so let's get straight into it. Okay, so obviously my first one, as I said before, Fortnitemares has ended. It's sort of the whole Halloween event. If they were gonna return this skin, it would really only make sense if they return it during Fortnitemares. Like, that is gonna be the time when everyone's ready to spend their money on Halloween skins, and it would be the best business decision to return it during the Fortnitemares event. Now, the second one, or the second thing that I guess is that evidence and sort of points to say it's not coming back is everyone was really expecting it to come back on Halloween, like the actual Halloween day would have literally been the best day to return this skin. Like, that is the day everyone was expecting it. Everyone was like, yep, it's coming back on Halloween, October 31st. It didn't happen, and that is really, really weird, and I find it super, super hard to believe that it wouldn't come back on, like, during October. Like, that's the Halloween festive month, right? Why would they not return it on that month? As I said, it's the best business month, and especially Halloween itself, the in particular day, that looked to me as if it was going to come back. I personally thought it was going to come back, but I was wrong. And as I said before, like, we saw Skull Trooper come back on that day. So it's not like we saw Skull Trooper come back in a different month other than October. Like, the Skull Trooper came back in October. So if they were going to return the Ghoul Trooper, it would only make sense for them to do it during October or the Fortnitemares event. So that's basically that whole thing I wanted to talk about. Now, the second thing, or the third thing, that really is another thing, in my personal opinion, that points to it not coming back, is we got the Skull Ranger, okay? Now, I know you're all thinking, Bazzaa, how does the Skull Ranger have anything to do with the Ghoul Trooper? They're completely different skins, and yes, you are correct. But look at it this way. The original Fortnitemares event, we got a male skin and a female skin, that being Skull Trooper and Ghoul Trooper. This year, we got the return of Skull Trooper, and then we had, in my opinion, the Skull Ranger take the Ghoul Trooper's position, being that female Fortnitemares skin that we got with a Skull Trooper, I guess, skin, or what do we even call it? Skull Trooper themed, you know, body, skin, whatever. It's got the same pattern on it, whatever you call it. I can't even find my words right now. But that's really something that I find interesting. If they were going to return, you know, the old skins, why would they make, I guess, a Skull Ranger that basically is the exact same as the Skull Trooper? It's not unique at all. And it really wouldn't be a great incentive for people to buy a skin that literally looks the exact same as the Skull Trooper itself. And why wouldn't they just return the Ghoul Trooper if they were going to return, you know, a female Halloween skin? Now, maybe some of you guys probably aren't going to see where I'm coming from there. That's my opinion. And the other reason why I'm saying, okay, why wouldn't they just, or what's your reasoning, Bazzaa, for thinking that, or why wouldn't they return the Ghoul Trooper? Because, you know, they brought back the Skull Trooper. What's to say they don't bring back the Ghoul Trooper? And really, I think they chose to bring back the Skull Trooper, possibly for the reason being that the most amount of people had that skin, and they wanted to return the skin that most people had. And you're probably thinking, okay, why would they want to do that? Well, the whole reason they're returning rare skins is because of people selling accounts. Now, if the most people have the Skull Trooper, that means there's going to be more people selling rare accounts with a Skull Trooper. So for the reason being they return the Skull Trooper is to eliminate all those rare accounts. Now, maybe this is example, no facts or real estimates or numbers here. Say there's 11% of people in the Fortnite community that own Skull Trooper, and there's 3% of people that own the Ghoul Trooper. Epic Games, they see this and they're like, okay, how can we decrease the amount of rare accounts being sold? And they look at these two skins, and obviously they see that the Skull Trooper has been owned more. More people bought this in the first Fortnitemares event, and to decrease that more, they're going to bring back the Skull Trooper to eliminate these rare accounts. Now, that's just my theory in my mind, saying that they just thought, let's just return the skin that the most people have to eliminate rare accounts, and then we can still keep a Ghoul Trooper, a rare skin, and then half of the community stays happy. That's just one of my little theories there for their reasoning on bringing back the Skull Trooper and not the Ghoul Trooper. And that's literally probably one of the biggest points in my opinion. And not only that, they would have made a ton of money, guys. Think of it this way. If they really wanted money, they would have returned this. Like, they would have made so much money if they returned the Ghoul Trooper. And it really doesn't make any sense to me, as I said before, for them to return it not in the festive season and in the Halloween season. It makes no sense. The money was there, the opportunity was there, and as I said, they already returned the Skull Trooper. There really wasn't anything stopping them from bringing back the Ghoul Trooper. It seems like they've just decided not to. Anyway, that's my opinion, guys. There's all my evidence and really reasonings on why I think the Ghoul Trooper won't come back. We'll see I'm like 95% sure it's not going to come back. We'll see though. After November, it's definitely a given that it's not going to come back in my opinion. But thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Follow all my other social medias and mean the world to me. And yeah, guys, I'm out and bye-bye.